This is the Qanba Q1. Unlike some of the other Qanba sticks, this one uses Qanba parts and a pretty unique design compared to other sticks on the market. It's both smaller and lighter than most other sticks, and for anyone who has had problems with their MagCat stick working on their PC, it functions as a great alternative. I mentioned that the Q1 is smaller than other sticks. Here is a size comparison comparing it to the TE Round 1. As you can see, it is roughly the size of the TE without its side panels. Probably the most unique feature of the Q1 are the two detachable table clamps that come on the stick. The clamps, though made of plastic, do a great job of holding the stick in place. Turning the dial on the bottom of the clamps counterclockwise secures the clamps to almost any table. To remove the table clamps, one simply has to push up on the hinges holding the clamps in place, and then pull from the bottom to remove the clamps from the base of the stick. This also allows you to leave the clamps latched in your gaming area and take the stick elsewhere. Obviously, if you want to mod the Q1, you have to know how to open it up. The 6 stickers on the top of the Q1 Plexi hide the base of screws inlaid into the Plexi itself. These attach the Plexi cover to the stick chassis and are fastened from inside the Q1. To open the Q1, on the bottom of the stick you will find 6 screws, one in both the top and bottom center and another screw in each corner. A regular sized screwdriver is all you need to open it up. Fair warning, there is a warranty sticker that you must remove above the top center screw. Once inside the Q1, you will notice that everything is attached to the top part of the framework. I have already detached the wires for the sake of time in this video, but the wiring removes like most other sticks, though the Qanba button prongs are a bit closer together, so I suggest small nose pliers. The Xbox version of the Q1 features the Xbox PCB at the bottom. Finally, the Q1 joystick is attached to the stick in a relatively similar way to both the Sanwa JLF joystick and other more known name brand sticks. The stickers on the Plexi mentioned earlier, now that the stick is open, we can see correspond to small screw and washer sets inside the Q1. Removing these screws is how to detach the top Plexi cover. Now that the screws have been unfastened, you can see how the Plexi is no longer attached to the chassis of this stick. But before the Plexi can be completely removed, the Qanba Balltop must be taken off. To free the Plexi and remove the Balltop, insert a small flathead screwdriver into the base of the Qanba joystick and unscrew the Balltop while holding the screwdriver firmly in position. With the Balltop removed, the Plexi will easily slide free of the Q1 chassis. Examining the Plexi, you can now see where the screw bases are. The Qanba artwork is actually pressed onto the Plexi, making modding the Qanba a bit more difficult. The best way to put your own artwork onto the Q1 is to use a laminated label and stick it to the top of the joystick. Then using an X-Acto knife, cut out the buttonholes. In the end of the video, I will show you the final product and explain a bit more about this process. To remove the Qanba button, simply press the tabs on each side of the button and push down. This will free the button and it can now be replaced with any type of 30mm button that you would like. Note that the Qanba start button is 24mm, so remember to take that into account when ordering replacements. Also, if using screw-in buttons, replace the Plexi to the chassis of the stick before screwing in the button on the bottom. Going over the Qanba joystick. The joystick comes with 3 different gates. The square gate comes installed, with replacement octagonal and circle gates included in the box. You can replace the gates without removing the joystick by pressing on the 4 tabs to unlatch the gate that is currently installed. Choose the gate you want to replace it with, line it up with the 4 tabs, push down, and it will snap right on. One of the problems I encountered with the Q1 is replacing the Balltop. The Qanba Balltop easily screws on and off, but other types don't work as easily. I tried both a clear Samo Balltop and a red Sumitsu Balltop, and neither were able to properly be installed. Even with a flathead screwdriver holding the joystick shaft in place, neither the Sanwa or Sumitsu Balltops were able to get more than a few turns before getting stuck. On closer examination, the difference is that the Qanba Balltop does not have a metal screw well that other Balltop brands seem to have. I noticed that the Balltop started to chip after taking it off and putting it back on a few times. The remedy to changing the Balltop seems to be replacing the Qanba joystick. Since the Qanba joystick housing is the same as that for the Sandwich ALF, I just replaced the two. The difference between the Qanba buttons and other button brands seems to be more cosmetic than anything else. They seem to be very good, high functioning, and have the same basic sound as other buttons. I'm briefly going to show you a sound test, so I hope this helps clear up any other questions. Here is my Q1 after modification using the laminated label I talked about earlier in this video. I was able to make a label at FedEx office and the whole process cost under $7. I was going to go over the application process, but there are already several in-depth videos on YouTube about how to do it to other fight sticks. I will add some of those links in the description of this video for the process, with the main difference being that you will be adding your laminated label straight onto the Plexi, instead of adding the label to the metal chassis of, for example, a Mad Catz SE or Brawl Stick, which several other modders have used and have modified their artwork in that way. I'm sure there's a proper template out there somewhere, but fair warning, the template that I found was a bit off, so I ended up making my own by tracing the outline of the Plexi and then just putting that into Photoshop and creating my artwork that way. Lastly, the main reason I got the Q1 is because I wanted a good PC fight stick to play Skullgirls on Steam. As you can see in the video that is playing, it attaches solidly to the keyboard and works great with or without modification. I hope this video was somewhat helpful, And if you choose to decide to buy a Qanba Q1, well, you'll know everything about it to modify it to your satisfaction.